The new integrated resort at Marina Bay, Singapore, has inspired a unique joining of forces. An architect known the world over for his vibrant urban spaces, and a development team that has reinvented the resort business for the 21st century.
I'm Moshe Safdie. I'm an architect. I think Singapore is the best planned city in the world. It's really the only city that has attempted to do large-scale planning, rethink transportation, build housing at a very large scale for its population. It is the greenest city. There is landscaping everywhere. So I think of it as the garden city of Asia.
Singapore is about the 21st century. Singapore is about forward-looking designs.
And we have to create a level of sophistication that is consistent with the Singaporean society.
We consider ourselves to be the innovator in integrated resorts, and in a certain way, inventing the idea of a full-fledged integrated resort.
We are, in fact, the most integrated resort in Las Vegas. No one has this much meeting space, spa space, retail space, casino space under one roof.
The Las Vegas Sands team took the fruits of its expertise to Asia, and in Macau has created a resort that has broken all records in the region for profitability as a tourist destination.
Both of these properties are huge integrated mega resorts, all designed by our team, all designed from the ground up, and then constructed by our people internally. It's what we do, is we build integrated resorts.
We've selected Moshe Safdie because he has the ability to sense the connection of the architecture with the surrounding environment.
Over his 40-year career as a visionary architect of urban space, Moshe Safdie has been creating projects so extroverted in design that they immediately become central to life in their cities. Beyond the buildings themselves, he has conceived and seen realized whole towns and cities from the ground up, designed on the principle of bringing people together for routine, ritual, and celebration.
When you think about the essence of urbanism, why cities ever came to be, it's about the interaction between people. It is about a meeting place. These places of interaction, the Agora, the Grand Galleria, the Piazza, the Champs-Élysées, are places where there is a whole variety of activities, a whole variety of people. They all come there for different reasons, and that's what gives richness to urban life. I think we tend to think of cities as urban places, intense and active, and then there's nature. You go out to the park, you go out to the country to experience nature. But the kind of new urbanism that we should be seeking is one that brings nature and urbanism together.
From his very first commission in 1967, Safdie focused on the abiding human need for natural light, a view of one's surroundings, and, against all the competing forces of the city, a strong sense of garden.
My entire career has been trying to capture the spirit of garden in architecture. And the dream and hope I have for this complex is that it will truly be a place of a city which is a garden, synonymous with each other. Marina Bay is an extraordinary opportunity. It begins with an extraordinary site, right across from downtown, surrounded by water and parks, connected to the entire network of transportation in the city, with extraordinary mix of uses. You've got convention, museums, theaters, the casino, the hotels, the promenade, tourism, the whole sense of ritual of urban activities. You cannot think of a better combination of site and program and the right city at the right moment, at the right time, to create a completely new kind of urban experience.
The signature skyline created by the 3 hotel towers will be Singapore's new welcome to the world, seen from ships on the ocean, a monumental gateway to the city. Yet the towers themselves are set back to reveal an unimposing and pastoral haven open to the sky with the bayfront promenade as its spine.
As I was working on the design, attempting to leave as much of it low-rise and open, I realized that we were short of space. One of the challenges of how to accommodate over 1 million square foot of shopping and maintain the pastoral massing of the project was to try and juxtapose it to the promenade in a way that would consume less space. All of a sudden we realized that was a eureka moment. Tuck one over the other, integrate them three-dimensionally, and we're consuming half the space and at the same time creating contact between people in the shops and the waterfront, merging into each other.
Shopping, boating, skating. The multi-level space invites a free and continual interplay of activities both day and night. Seen from the bay, the impression is a layering of gardens, with the trees and greenery along the bayfront promenade, paralleled by the plantings of the sky promenade 20 meters above. And crowning the three hotels in the distance, something entirely new to tower design.
We did not have the parkland for swimming pools and jogging paths and so on that are so important for the 3,000 hotel rooms. And that's when the idea was born, to span across the top of the three hotel towers, a park the size of an aircraft carrier, 360-degree view across to the city and to the sea as one of the great resources that doesn't exist anywhere in the world for Singapore. One of the most exciting places in this complex is the event piazza. It is a place for the ritual of urban life. It is for the annual parades. It is for great shows. It is a transformable space, which I will think will become the center of all kinds of activities in the ritual of the life of Singapore.
The drama will come from the iconic building on the promontory. That will be something that we think will be a signature look for Singapore, much like the Opera House is for Sydney and the Guggenheim Museum in Spain.
We think of Paris, we think of the Eiffel Tower. We think of London, Big Ben. And creating these iconic landmarks is elusive. There isn't a formula. It isn't an easy mission. We wanted to propose something new. Something which does not exist today, neither in Singapore nor perhaps in the world. A new kind of museum, an art-science museum, one which bridges philosophically and in terms of its programs and exhibits the arts and the sciences. And so we can have the blockbusters and the great exhibitions of both art and science brought together to inform and excite people in a new way. Everything about the design of the building is to reinforce the concept of its content, the arts and the sciences. For example, the great dish which forms the roof of the building is also a water collector which harvests the rainfall, which comes right through the center atrium of the building as a waterfall and collects and is reused in the project. And that same dish is also an amphitheater. At night, the public is allowed into it in the great light shows, laser shows, fireworks with the city at the background. We believe that the great towers of the hotels spanned across with a sky park, and the Art Science Museum as a feature on the promontory facing the downtown, these will become the icons of Singapore. They will become the architectural element that the city is identified with.
Well, my job in the company is to dream up visions. As I understand it, Singapore is trying to become a tourist destination. And it has the same challenges that other cities in the world have, but it has many advantages that other cities don't have.
It is an unparalleled alliance. The business team that found the answer to integrating the needs of people in one place, and an architect whose life's work has been to make that a place of convergence, meaning, and vitality on a human scale.
After we've satisfied all the requirements, urbanism, circulation, efficiency, all that is not enough. There has to be the magic. What is that magic? That magic is about a place which is memorable. That is about design which uplifts the human spirit. That is about a place which you want to come back to. What we aspire for Marina Bay is to capture that sense of magic.